Hello everyone and happy Friday. It is Friday, May the 24th. It is 2:30 p.m. and the temperature is around 24 degrees Celsius and it's a lovely day outside. And I'm standing on the Kay Gardiner Belt Line Park Trail. And you're looking at the Davisville yard, and just right in front of me, just to the north of here, will be Davisville Station that opened back in the year of 1954. And this will be the headquarters office from 1900. And as you can see, we have so many TR trains that are parked, and unfortunately I don't see any H4 work trains, because normally every time when I pass the Davisville yard heading south or north, normally I would see the H4 work trains just parking right there. But mostly you see all the Toronto Rocket trains. But I think normally in the evening time, say around 5 or 5:30, you would normally see the H4 work trains picking out. But I think the H4 work trains are inside that inside the Davisville yard garage. So it's another sunny day in the city. We've been getting lots of sunny days throughout the whole week. And for this video, I'm going to be heading south along Yonge Street from the Belt Line Park Trail south to St.Clair Station. Should be at least a half an hour walk. And I'm hoping to capture a northbound train right before I leave the Belt Line Park Trail. So far I was able to capture the southbound train just to start off a video. And I remember I was here with Henry, and later on when I did a video starting at the Belt Line Park Trail with Henry, all of a sudden Alex Casarantillo had sniped me and Henry, and then back then we were walking north along Yonge Street from here up north to Yonge and Eglinton in Midtown Toronto. So that will be Yonge and Eglinton just looking north, and the Mandarin is just right around the corner, just on the west side of Yonge Street, just a bit south of Eglinton. So let's head down to Yonge Street. Oh, and there's a southbound train. A northbound train. Let's head north to Finch. This is Yonge Street looking north, all the way towards Steeles in the borough of North York. And look south, and the Mount Pleasant Cemetery is just on the left. Alright, so we'll be heading down these steps, and we'll walk south on the east side of Yonge Street. So finally, it's another sunny day on a Friday afternoon. Just only a few minutes before the afternoon rush hour, right after school ends. So we're still in Midtown, Toronto. And you can see the bike lane. We got 2 bike lanes, one on the east side and on the west side. And that was the Kay Gardiner Belt Line Park Trail I was just on. I was standing up there capturing a southbound and a northbound train. So finally, the weekend is upon us, and this weekend will be doors open. And tomorrow, which will be Saturday, May 25th, I'm planning on to check out the doors open event at Clair Station. And I'll be meeting up with Liam from Epic Nation HC. And we'll be doing a collab at Clair Station as a northbound train rolls by. But yeah, I can't wait for the doors open event long weekend, not long weekend, but I can't wait for the doors open event special weekend is what I meant to say. There's the Mount Pleasant Cemetery. Oh yeah, and also not only that this weekend is doors open, there's also going to be a subway closure this weekend. And that means this weekend during doors open, that was a loud police car. Anyways, as I was mentioning, this weekend during doors open, line 2 will be closed between Woodbine and Kennedy stations due to track work. And I remember, I think 4 weeks ago, during the weekend of April 20th and April 21st, that was when line 2 had a closure between Woodbine and Kennedy station for some significant track work. And the line 2 shuttle buses will be operating between Woodbine and Kennedy throughout the doors open event weekend. There is the 97B Yonge bus. It's going to head south to St.Clair Station, and then it will head back north to Steeles. So the 97B branch will run north to Steeles via Yonge Boulevard, and the 97A Yonge runs north straight all the way north to Steeles from St.Clair Station. Oh man, it's so hot today, and I do have my water bottle in my backpack. So after this video, once I arrive at St.Clair Station, I'll be sure to drink plenty of water. So that I don't dehydrate. It's really important that I stay hydrated, and to drink lots of cold water on a very nice hot day like this. It kind of feels like summer, even though it's May 24th. About a month left, starting on June 21st. Is when the first day of summer will begin. And looking back north towards Yonge and Eglinton, I can barely see the Yonge and Eglinton skyline, which is in Johnny Stride's land in Midtown. Look, there's the 97B Yonge. That's the Orion 3G diesel. And these Orion buses are gonna soon be operating out of the Queensway bus garage once the Orion OG diesels retire. So that will most likely happen after the summer season. Once we hit into the fall season. This is Heath Street and Yonge Street. There's Popeyes and a Dollarama. Okay. And that car was about to turn left onto Heath Street, but then that driver got confused. He meant to go straight, not to turn left. Oh well. Look, Swish Alley. I remember going to Swish Alley at the corner of Queens Quay West and Reed Street. That was the day where I met Henry, Liam, and Boom. And that was also on the day where we went to the Rogers Center for the Jays game. When we watched the Jays first thing the Yankees. That was back on April 15th. There was Pizza hot and fresh. There's Timmy's.
For the benefits.
Look, we're almost at Yonge and St.Clair. Oh, there's Loblaws on the left. And there's the entrance to the St. Clair Center, right by St. Clair Station. So finally, we've made it to Yonge and St. Clair in less than 30 minutes. And there's a look west along St. Clair Avenue West. So in about 3 or 4 months, starting on September 3rd, is when the 512 St. Clair streetcars will resume service along St. Clair, operating between St. Clair Station and Kay Street at Guns Loop. And St. Clair Station is just way down there on the south side. That's the main entrance to St. Clair Station. And that's where I'll be heading to. Look, there's the 512 St. Clair bus. Number 7321. That's a new Flyer hybrid. And this new Flyer hybrid electric bus number 7321 is operating from the Mount Dennis division in the neighborhood of Mount Dennis, not too far from Mount Dennis Station, on the Line 5 Eglinton Crosstown, the Line 5 LRT. So all of this bus depart. And there he goes. It's going to head west all the way to Kay Street, which is by Guns Loop. And you can tell that Yonge and St. Clair, it's always a very busy intersection, especially during the rush hour. Oh, and that guy was walking his bicycle on the streetcar tracks for some reason. And you can definitely tell that Yonge and St. Clair is always lively, especially during this time of hour. And I remember last year, back on September 6th, I did a walk-in video along St. Clair Avenue West from here to Bathurst Street, just west of St. Clair West Station. And that was 3 days right after the 512 St. Clair streetcars were replaced with the 512 St. Clair buses. And I did a walk along St. Clair Avenue once explaining about the duration of the 512 St. Clair buses and how long it will last for. And once you continue south along Yonge Street, it will take you all the way south to downtown Toronto as well as Yorkville. Alright, so I'll be heading inside St. Clair Station, and I'll end my video on the southbound platform. Alright, here we go. Just gonna tap my Presto card. What's over here? Let's check out the streetcar platforms. It looks pretty empty. And here's where the St. Clair buses will be dropping off passengers, and then the pickup zone area is just way down there. So I'm not seeing any buses at the streetcar platform. Well, let's check out the bus bay platforms for a second. Then I'll head south. I'll head down to St. Clair Station to the subway platform. Oh, there's the 88A Southeast side. Let's go ahead back to Thorncliffe via Overley Boulevard, number 8801. So again, the route that serves St. Clair Station is the 88 Southeast side, the 97 Yonge, the 74 Mount Pleasant, and as well as the 512 St. Clair streetcars. Or should I say the 512 St. Clair buses for now, until the 512 St. Clair streetcars resumes service along St. Clair West. So far we have two buses that are laying over. There is the 97A Yonge, 8325, and I recently recorded the 97 Yonge so many times for my channel. Alright, so let's head down to the southbound platform and I'll wrap things up. Alright, that was the bus bay platforms. So let's head down to the southbound platform. Alright, here we are at the southbound platform. And the next southbound train arrives in 2 minutes. Now I'm hearing both trains arriving at the same time. Same northbound train. Wow, good timing. Both trains arriving at the same time. Yeah, this train looks a bit packed. Alright, that was the southbound train. So I'll be waiting for the next southbound train to arrive. So I think I'm going to end my video right here. Just on the north end of the southbound platform. So I hope you enjoyed the walk. Starting at the Kay Gardiner Belt Line Park Trail. And we walked south on Yonge from the Belt Line to St.Clair Station. So happy Friday, happy weekend, happy doors opening in events. Alright, so once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and have a great Friday/weekend, and I will see you guys next time.